In this video, we're going to be installing this DSM Off-road drop bed. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. And if you are looking to add some scale details to your Redcat Ascent, this is a very easy, relatively inexpensive bolt-in way that you can do it. And this is beneficial in a couple different ways. Obviously, adding some scale details to the truck is always kind of a fun thing to do. But also, if you're going to be actually doing competitions with this, you get some scale points, you get your bed points. I think technically it actually counts as a drop bed. Like, you get a bunch of different scale points with this, and so even if you're still competing, yes, you're adding a little bit, a very small amount of weight. The points are definitely good. The color combination works with the Ascent Fusion very well. The details on it are awesome, like it's kind of a no-brainer. Let's get a closer look at what we actually have here. Honestly, the detail in this is quite nice. I've tried to do some of my own 3D design work, and looking at some pretty smart little tricks that DSM Off-road has pulled off here. So first thing I noticed is, why is there this bump here? That is to clear this part back here on the rear differential. So when you have full compression, you don't want it to hit, and this should just clear that as it goes back here. The fuel cell here, really nice design with a textured top, has the DSM Off-road logo on the front, but then clearly transitioned to a different color for this top center fill, the little neck that goes into the top, the little kind of the screw-in cap, the screws to hold it down, and then I think these straps are actually really nice with kind of a metallic material that were used to print there, and then they basically clip in back here, screw down there and there. Now if you want to, this tank is actually removable, it looks like. If you remove these straps and then two screws down here, it looks like that will actually come out. So a separate printed part. And then over here, I can't tell, I'm thinking, I see no screw holes here. Maybe that was a color change, or maybe he glues these tops of these batteries down. But yeah, you have the battery, you have another strap here holding it there. I think you could probably customize this as well. Take that strap off, maybe pop that red battery cover off, maybe put something different in one side versus the battery in the other if you really wanted to. Plus you have a whole lot more room here in the bed if you were looking to add just overall more scale details to it. But really, just straight out of the box, it has a great look. I think a good design. You have this drop right here, which helps to match the drop of the frame, I believe, in order to make it kind of give more of a completed look. Some pretty cool little tweaks here. So let's see what it takes to get this installed. The mounting here is really interesting. You can just see the open halves here. It basically just wedges itself in. You can't just put it in here. It won't go. I think these end up hitting the nuts on the inside here. So the suggested method is actually to take this nut and screw off of both sides and pivot the shock tower forward a little bit, and then it'll go in. Alright, with that off, in theory, we can just pivot this up a little bit to get it out of the way. And that can slide. I'm close. Ah, there it goes. To get it to slide all the way back, it fits all the way right down in there. I'm not a perfect match with the chassis over here. It's just kind of like a little bit of variation about where it's sitting. Over here, it's really, really close and looks really nice. Okay, then we can just rotate this back into place. And we're going to have to put those nuts on from the bottom side now. So a pair of needle nose is going to help here a little bit more. If you don't want to take tires and wheels off or something like that. I do think this is interesting. So where the body mounts is now kind of covered. So you're going to have some small fingers or something in order to get the body clips in there. Or maybe this is an opportunity. You just don't run them anymore. If the body was going to get knocked and get knocked off, this is almost going to hold it on. I wonder if I really even need to run body clips anymore, because, oh, getting those in there now. My fat fingers, that just dropped it. to the design. Otherwise, you gotta admit, that really looks pretty cool on there. The red pretty much matches the red here. The black, of course, matches and looks good. Everything else bolts on just beautifully. So I'll leave it and run it for a little bit. Yes, this isn't 100% ideal. We did add a little bit of weight back to the rear of the truck here, which is not typically what you would want, but it does look cool. Happy to go test it out for a little bit. We need to crash it a little and see how durable it is and things along those lines. That'll come naturally over time. So if you have any questions about what I did or putting it on or anything about how it fits or anything, leave them down in the comments. If you want a link to where you can buy this specifically for your truck, that will be in the video description below. And if you want to see more of what I've done with this Redcat Ascent Fusion, there'll be a playlist popping up over to your right where all that information is. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.